Well, good evening, everybody. For you guys that don't know me, I'm Doug Sproul, I'm the band director at the high school, and I want to welcome you to our combined concerts tonight of the middle school and the high school bands. First of all, I've been in Poquoson for 34 years, and we finally have a place to play as a performing arts. It will not be without its growing pains as we learn how to use a facility like this. We just ask for everybody to be very patient as we go through that process. If you know me very well, you know that I may have gone to a school in Blacksburg, Virginia, and I had nothing to do with the colors on that back wall. But it's like heaven to me, you know. So for many of you, this is your first time here as parents of beginners, and I'm glad that you put your kids in band. And for Mr. Lawson and me, that's future employment for us. So we're glad you're here. Speaking of Mr. Lawson, it's my pleasure to introduce him to you tonight. Mr. Lawson, if you don't know, is a Poquoson homebred here, was in my band for 4 years. And when Mr. Higginbotham decided to desert ship and go to the administration side of things, of which he is now one of my administrators. First person I called was Mr. Lawson to get him to come back home. And so this is not only the first performance in this auditorium, it's his first performance back home where he grew up. And I want you to give him a really good round of applause. Here's Mr. Lawson.
Thank you, Mr. Sproul. Welcome to our concert this evening. It's a pleasure to have you all here. This is our concert band. These are all beginners on stage. It was a short 2.5 months ago that we put instruments in their hands for the first time. So for them to come up here this evening and prepare an entire piece of music for you guys is incredible. So let's give them a round of applause. Yes, this is my first year back here. I taught for 14 years in Newport News. 11 of those were at a middle school. And so I've done many winter concerts with beginning bands. And I can tell you that this is by far the best group of beginners that I've taught in my career. These students are fantastic. They're fun to work with. They're hilarious at times. And just, you know, very interesting at times as well. But we have a blast in class every day, and I think you will hear from the way that they play just how much they absolutely enjoy it. So they have prepared one tune for you guys this evening. We hope you enjoy it. This is Jolly on the Housetop. Poquoson Concert Band. Give us a couple minutes to make a quick stage change. We'll be right back. And we're back. On stage here we have the Poquoson Middle School Symphonic Band. This is a group of 7th and 8th graders, an absolutely fantastic group of musicians. Just the amount of growth I have seen in them since September has been tremendous. A lot of these folks are planning to audition for a district band here in about a month, so they're gearing up for that. Just the amount of things that I have thrown at them in this short amount of time that they have just received and just constantly worked. You know, they take their instrument homes daily and have worked really, really hard to rise to the occasion. This first tune they're playing is a fun one that I like to do. We're going to let Kai cut loose on the drum set back there for you. This is a fun one. This is Winter Wonderland. That's a fun one. This next one is a great tune. I think this is a lot of their favorite. This was good for me because, you know, as a musician and you're gearing up for a holiday or any kind of event, you kind of have to start practicing early. So, you know, from our door to be open into the hallway, and, you know, we're practicing Christmas tunes on October 1st. You know, the other teachers are like, oh, no, not already. Oh, come on. So this one was nice to throw at them in October because it's, you know, Halloween season, and this is a different take on your traditional Jingle Bells melody, and this is Haunted Sleigh Ride. All right, we're going to close our portion of the evening with about as many tunes as we can cram into a short amount of time. This is one of my favorite closers, well, you can see if you can count them. There's about 20. I think there's a little bit more than that. We're going to try and do it in just under 2 minutes. Give it up one more time for the Poquoson Middle School Symphonic Band. This is 20 carols in 2 minutes.
We love you, Goober! Owen!
We're going to make another stage change and get the high school group up here. Middle school folks, you're free to go. Once they're going to come around, they're going to come out around the back of the auditorium. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Well, hello there. Thanks for your patience. First question, how many of you guys were in the first concert? Oh, rats. Yeah. I got to tell different jokes. I just didn't know if I could reuse those jokes. For the folks who are just joining us, one little bit of feedback on the microphone there. A little bit of feedback, sound guy. Sound guy. That's better. Okay. I said to the first group, I've been teaching in this town for 34 years, and we finally have a place. It's a place, you know. So. The guys at Tab called me up and said, "Hey, are we doing the joint concert this year?" And I was like, "Nope. We're not making that drive anymore, so it'll be here." So it's a beautiful place. And if you're a Tech fan, it's even better because of that back wall. So it's great. I saw somebody coming in with the middle school that had a UVA jacket on. I let him go. I didn't say anything. So, well, listen, this is our holiday concert. This is a great group of students that I have to work with this year. They're easy to work with, and I really have had a good time. We're going to open up with Merrily on High by Julie Giroux. Julie Giroux is a relatively new composer on the scene. Grew up in Louisiana, dirt poor, like every dirt poor story you ever heard, this lady has lived. And then her talent took her into composition. She studied with John Williams, that did all the Star Wars movies and Raiders of the Lost Ark and all the Harry Potter movies. And and now she has put out a whole collection of holiday tunes. And so this is the first one we'll present to you tonight, Merrily on High. There we go. So just a neat, really English setting of that. That's really nice and really mellow all the way through to get you going into the holiday spirit. Our next piece is called Holiday Piece. It's by David Foster, who's a big writer on Broadway. And years ago, he had a special on PBS. And it featured him and Andre Bocelli, an opera singer they featured on the performance. It's still, they rerun it every year. So if you go home, it's going to be on their schedule somewhere. And the whole thing is actually on YouTube, so you can watch it whenever you want, you know. But anyways, this is the piece that he opened that piece with, and it's based on Carol of the Bell. Yeah, that's pretty good. I got to be honest. So just a little bit about our next piece, Green Sleeves, arranged by Alfred Reed. You'll recognize the tune as What Child Is This? In the state of Virginia, all of our music, most of our music that we play with high school and middle school bands are graded. And they're graded so when we go to state concert assessment in March, we can pick music that's appropriate for our bands to be playing at that time. So generally 1, 2, and 3, and sometimes 4 will be middle school, and then 4, 5, and 6 being more difficult is high school. This piece is a grade 5 on our state list. It's not very often that I put this out in front of a band this early in the year. This has some personal thing for me. When I was growing up, we played it in my high school band, number 1. And then I was student teaching in that heavenly town of Blacksburg, at Blacksburg High School. And my dad was in the Army for 27 years. And he had 3 sons and a daughter. None of us went into the military. He thought he had failed, you know. And I have a twin brother who went into like art and graphic design and stuff like that. And graphic design way back then wasn't what it is now, where it's like, oh, that's big money. It's like, what are you going to do with that degree, you know? And then the other one went into music, and he's like, oh my God, these guys are going to be living with us forever, you know? So I got to program this with the Blacksburg High School Band for Christmas, and my family came up for the concert. And my mom came up to me afterwards, tears in her eyes. It's her favorite hymn. And my dad came up to me and said, you will make money as a band director. So when I pulled this out for these guys, I said, you have to live up to that. So this is Green Sleeves by Alfred Reed. So how many people went to the parade last week? Great. You already heard our next tune. I like closing the concert with this every year because it has 3 of your favorite carols in it. And after we're done with this, we're going to change stage a little bit and set the jazz ensemble up, let you hear a little bit of what they got to play. So again, thanks for coming. And this is our Christmas parade sequence. Really creative title they gave that, wasn't it? Okay. Check. Okay. So this is our jazz ensemble. A lot of familiar faces up here. Um, ge- Generally, we don't start jazz until after Christmas, but they were hounding me, so we started it. And and we've got 2 charts to play for tonight. First one is Still, Still, Still. That was Evie on the sax solo. And Sonora and Zach sharing a solo in the back in the trumpet section. Okay, it's a holiday season, and we have to swing here. And just a story about your band director. I have to be paid a lot of money to swing on trombone. Swing is not something that comes natural to a lot of people, including yours truly. And so, but we have to put a swing on the program to get them going. So when we go after more advanced stuff after Christmas, they're ready to swing. And they've done a really good job for a band director who is really not good at swing. And just as an example, Our state music teachers convention was held recently in Richmond, and Grafton High School Band got selected to play for that. We played at it years ago. And they did a piece that featured a jazz brass quintet. So they asked a bunch of band directors from our district if we would play with them, right? So this group email is going out, and when it goes out, the first reply from somebody else was, hey, this is kind of a swing piece, and Doug doesn't do that very well. I did fine. Nobody had to write in slide positions or note names, so it was good. So I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your family. And more importantly, I want to say thank you to all the parents that helped in the concession stand, chaperoning, and getting the band around this fall during marching band. Give them a round of applause, please. Also, a big thank you to Mr. Lawson back there. He's a good host, had things ready for us that we needed to have ready for us tonight, and it was very helpful, so give him a round of applause. Okay, it's a holiday season. Silence? Awkward silence? What time is it? Well, it worked. Okay. I teach this every year. I want you to take note of this. Everybody good? Awkward silence almost always occur at a quarter of the hour. On the hour, quarter of the hour, halfway, quarter till. I teach that to the kids, and every time we have one in class, I go, what time is it? It's almost always right. You learn something at the band concert tonight. Okay, so now comes the time where we need some labor involved. They have to have lunch tables be put back in here tomorrow. So we're gonna stack all these chairs on the rolling racks that are in the back. Mr. Lawson is here to gratefully guide us in how that labor works. But I think you just start unplugging the chairs together and stacking them, and then we'll bring the rollers down.